we stopped the Japanese in their tracks by sinking 4 of their carriers. The blow stunned them and gave us a chance to penetrate deep into areas under their control. We landed on Guadalcanal and Tulagi and have transferred fighter and bomber aircraft to the bases there to protect our supply lines. But already the Japanese Navy plans to strike back. Nagumo and his carriers are moving south towards us. The forthcoming battle will be a major test of our Navy's air power.
Enemy valves are inbound, sir. This is Wildcat Squadron. We're ready to engage. Give them a warm welcome, Wildcats. Roger that. We'll give them a welcome they'll never forget. Operations are on hold while we clean it up. Fighters, stay on top. Japanese planes. Situation is under control on Enterprise. Prepare to launch attack plane squadrons. We're ready to go. Anybody seen our top cover? We'd kinda like to have some little friends to protect us. Bombers, this is your escort. We're in your 6, catching up right now. Well, that's what we want to hear. The enemy vessel. Will you look at that? Clarify, pilot. What's the situation? Sir, a Japanese supply formation is strayed right in the middle of the battle. Well, we can't pass up an opportunity like that. Attack planes. Knock out those ships. Commencing runs on the Japanese transport, sir. He's gone. Enemy ship confirmed sunk. Reporting that the attackers all went in. Transport's destroyed. Good. Very good. Sir, we have our primary target. Enemy carrier is visual. Give it everything you have. Abandoning KA. Luzo is lost. Repeat, the Luzo is lost.
And prepare to send a message to SyncPack.
Saying what, sir?
Successful strike on enemy carrier. The Japanese are retreating.
The Japanese have suffered a severe whittling down of their air power. But the news is overshadowed by the severe damage sustained by the USS Enterprise. However, this battle proved that we can win without requiring the good fortune we had at Midway. Success breeds success, and we can expect to see further US advances. It is becoming ever clearer that the Japanese Empire can... Guadalcanal is at the center of a bitterly fought battle. The US Marines are battling to defend their foothold on the island, and the Japanese are increasingly determined to drive them back into the sea. Both sides are being reinforced, but the situation remains a stalemate. Under cover of night, the Japanese use their warships to shell Henderson Airfield and to ship in reinforcements via the so-called Tokyo Express. Reports of an unguarded convoy inbound have proven to be unfounded. Nevertheless, the US are hoping for their first victory in a surface night battle.
USS Helena and Duncan moving forward to launch some fish.
Helena, cancel that maneuver. Remain in formation. Repeat, remain in formation.
They didn't get that, sir. We've got transmission problems.
God damn it.
Helena and Duncan taking heavy fire. We're in real trouble here.
Sir, radio is operational again.
We can't let them through. Our foothold on Guadalcanal is at stake. We have to hold them off. Helena, take evasive action and hold on. We're coming.
The Duncan has taken hits on her turrets. The artillery systems are damaged. We need to mobilize our repair crew. Artillery systems are back up and running. We're ready for battle.
Damn it, sir. We've got 2 Japanese ships incoming, both the Cow-class cruisers.
We'll deal with them when we can. They'll just have to wait their turn.
But they'll cause devastation. We have to tackle them now.
Are you telling me what to do, First Lieutenant?
No, sir. I just think that the threat level is high.
You do your job, I'll do mine. I don't envy those Marines. Every time they rebuild that airstrip, the Japanese knock it out again. We're gonna change all that. Tonight, we turn the enemy back.
Incoming enemy supply ships have been sighted at nearby islands, sir.
We need to confirm that and get ready to hit them, and fast.
Fast. We've been working flat out for a long time.
And we'll continue to do so until Japan realizes that they've lost the war in the Pacific. Is that clear?
Confirming that the enemy convoy is destroyed, sir.
Cape Esperance hasn't had a strategic effect on the situation at Guadalcanal. Just 2 nights after the attack, the Japanese successfully bombarded Henderson Field. Although we won the nighttime battle, there are lessons we need to learn. The Japanese can be taken by surprise, and they couldn't bring their torpedoes to bear on us. The enemy's determination has not wavered. Shortly after Cape Esperance, they carried out repeated nighttime bombardments of Henderson Field, destroying the aircraft stationed there. This, combined with the recent loss of USS Wasp and the Saratoga being out of action, has left a big gap in our defenses. The enemy is planning a major ground assault at Guadalcanal, with the combined fleet assisting from truck. The U.S. Navy is moving as many forces as possible to the area. Although our fleet is smaller, we'll do all we can to disrupt their plans.
Right now, Hornet and Enterprise are the only 2 operational carriers we have in the Pacific. It's not a good situation to be in.
We've got an enemy carrier in sight. Subsector 298 to 314 degrees. Scout bombers taking off to check coordinates.
Henderson Field is ours. Green, white, green. That's the Army's victory signal. So now, we shall annihilate the enemy.
Doesn't matter how good our AA guns are. We should have combat air patrols as our first line of defense. A good cap system should stop the enemy even seeing the target, let alone being close enough to release the payload.
Enterprise, this is Hornet's task force and the battleship South Dakota. We're your reinforcements. Expect our arrival in a few minutes.
Enemy strike aircraft incoming.
Battlestations!
Force and the battleship South Dakota are visual with you and awaiting orders. Nice to see you. South Dakota, join the USS Enterprise's screen. We need protection. Sir, we're under it. We've taken a big hit. Engine power is out. We're on fire. Multiple locations. Destroyers USS Morris and USS Russell are alongside to help firefighting. We're out of action, long term.
Do you think you can be towed to safety?
Unlikely, sir. The Japanese could be all over us any minute.
Evacuate, Hornet! We've got no choice but to scuttle.
Is that an order, sir?
Do as I said! Evacuate, Hornet!
These are down.
USS Hornet has been evacuated, sir.
Torpedo her!
Oh boy, we got another one. We nailed them, sir. Enemy air forces are inbound. She's going down. Sir, we've lost contact with our squadron.
Hornet is sunk.
How we had no choice. But mark my words, the Japanese will pay for this.
The loss of Hornet was a serious blow. We currently have only one operational carrier in the Pacific. We were forced to retreat, but with 2 carriers destroyed, the Japanese had to give up their further operations. It's a tactical victory for them, but in the long run, the strategic advantage is clearly with us. The situation on Guadalcanal is about to get critical. Intelligence sources say the Japanese are planning to retake Henderson Field. Extra U.S. troops and supplies are on the way, but the Japanese will be expecting them and will make a massive effort to intercept them. The forces based at Henderson Field must try to neutralize this threat. If these vital reinforcements and supplies don't get through, Henderson Field will be lost.
This isn't an easy place to defend. The Japanese are playing the waiting game, just looking for targets to pick off.
Your supply convoy from Hawaii is inbound on the coast.
Welcome, convoy. Proceed ahead. Your way is clear. We've got a major resupply coming in. The Japanese are going to want to ambush it. It's a high alert situation.
Patrol fighters are up and ready. Intercept was successful. Bogies are down. We're under attack from a little flotilla. We'll take them out and join you as soon as... Intercept was successful. Bogies are down. We've taken a critical hit. We're listing. No, we're sinking. Tail them to hell. Sir, the enemy has eyeballed us. We've spotted a recon plane.
Not good news. The enemy will certainly want to hit the transports again.
Level bombers incoming, sir.
successes at Henderson Field, vital U.S. supplies have reached Guadalcanal shores. The Marines can carry on the fight for the island with renewed strength. Not only is the airfield safe, but they're wresting more and more territory from the Japanese with each passing day. Henderson Field survived the onslaught, but the enemy aren't giving up easily. A Japanese convoy of large troop ships is on the way, and they've dispatched a battle group to attack the airfield again while the forces come ashore. We plan to hit their ships en route at Savo Island.
Sir, the fleet is maintaining 20 knots. Sealing and visibility unlimited, and there's no sign of the enemy.
So we wait. Where are they, though?
Intelligence is earmarked tonight for the attack.
Then it's only a matter of time before we get to spring our little surprise on them.
The Japanese main force is approaching, sir.
All vessels, hold formation.
We're taking damage, sir.
Sir, I think we've found the enemy flagship.
You think? Not good enough, First Lieutenant. Tell me when you're sure.
Yes, sir. It is the Japanese flagship, I'm sure.
Good. Then we have our primary target.
Enterprise, this is USS Portland. We're chasing a lone enemy ship towards your position.
Finish her off and join forces with the USS San Francisco.
Got that, sir.
Sir, the enemy flagship is going down.
Is that confirmed?
Absolutely, sir. She's finished. And we've broken the Japanese formation. They're turning and retreating. Vessel bearing 350, heading right for us.
Any specifics?
We're trying to identify it. It's big, though.
How big?
Oh, no. It's a battleship.
Damn it. Well, let's give it the...
The enemy battleship has been destroyed, sir.
That was the last of them. For now, anyhow.
Victory! And boy, we deserve that. Sir.
Yes, son. Yes, we did. But they'll be back. They'll fight to the last ship.
Were forced to hold position after the failure of the bombarding task force. They know they'll need to strike much harder if they want to land their men on Guadalcanal. We sank a good number of their vessels during the operation, but they'll be back. Guadalcanal is an important stepping stone for those crossing the Pacific. Successfully disrupted the enemy's landing operation, but they've reacted quickly and look like they're going to try again within a day. This time, though, we've got the firepower to tackle them head-on. The new battleships USS South Dakota and USS Washington will be at our disposal. This does mean our battle group is drawn from different task forces, though, and commanding it effectively will take a lot of skill and effort.
Enemy ship spotted, sir. Confirmed as transports.
Seems we just caught the Tokyo Express.
You think it's the Japan to Guadalcanal resupply line, sir?
Yep. How we doing for fish?
We've only got a few torpedoes left.
Looks like we'll have to make them all count then.
Our wall is out of here. You're welcome to whatever's left. Roger now, Wall. We'll try and clean up.
Visual, sir.
Raid group engaging enemy.
South Dakota is under enemy fire. Deck damaged, but nothing more serious. It's a tough old... We did it! Our boys on Guadalcanal can sleep just a little easier tonight.
We foiled a plan to deploy thousands of troops and supplies. In addition, our battleships crushed the Japanese Navy in a decisive battle. After this overwhelming victory, annihilating enemy resistance on the island of Guadalcanal will be significantly easier. Besheo Island in the Tarawa Atoll. According to its defenders, this, the southernmost Japanese stronghold, can withstand a 100-year siege by 1 million men. The U.S. forces plan to prove them wrong. Air support is vital during the landing, and F-4U Corsairs will be doing the job. These aircraft will need to be flown by the best, and will be responding to threats at sea and on land.
Transports, release landing boats and form into lines.
Minefield has been neutralized, sir. The entrance to the atoll is wide open.
USS Ringgold, move to bombarding position.
USS Ringgold on the way.
Sir, enemy seaplanes incoming.
Corsairs, intercept them.
On our transport formation.
I want all cap and AA on station. Those troop transports have to survive.
Enemy aircraft in.
Cleared the skies, but that enemy HQ is still there. I want it bombed flat.
HQ destroyed, sir.
Their defenses are gone. The island is in American hands. Marines, set up a temporary command center at the airfield. All forces on shore are to report there.
Sir, we have a major strike inbound. Multiple squadrons of dive bombers. They're targeting the airfield.
Protect the airfield. Intercept all bandits.
Sir, there are no more bandits incoming.
It's over. We did it. By God, the Japanese made us fight for every inch. Still, it's a good start.
Tarawa was to be our pioneering amphibious assault against defended shores. We made mistakes and things went wrong, but we learned a lot too. Despite the continuous naval bombardment and airstrikes, the Japanese were able to hold out in their underground foxholes. American casualties have been high though. We need to rethink further amphibious operations in order to make them more effective. The island hopping campaign is succeeding. U.S. forces are concentrating on the less well-defended islands in the relentless march towards the Japanese mainland. They are also isolating the better-defended Japanese bases with constant air and submarine attacks. But Japanese resistance is stiff, and they counterstrike whenever they can. Now they're dispatching their best carrier force to stop us. We need to deliver a knockout blow, and this could be our chance. We're sending in the best we have. The largest carrier battle in history is about to begin.
Sir, sightings of 2 Japanese carriers have been reported recently. But as of now, we have no confirmed positions for them.
They could be anywhere. They'll be planning a big attack. It's what I do. Sweep the area. Get recon everywhere. I want them found and destroyed. And if we find anything else with Japanese markings, we'll deal with those too.
Corsairs are ready, sir. We've got incoming planes on our radar, sir. Looks to be an enemy airstrike.
Seems like they don't know exactly where to look. That gives us a little time. Prepare cap fighters for launch.
Sir, we have sighted an enemy vessel.
Sir, the destroyed carrier's screen is on the move.
Follow them. They might lead us to another carrier.
The sky, sir.
With respect, sir, we should have lured the enemy carrier into a trap last night.
Maybe, but don't forget the focus here. The big amphibious operation. We can't afford to take our eyes off that to gamble on downing a Japanese carrier or two. Their time will come, son.
You're right, sir. It's just that with our range, we could have hit those carriers.
I share your frustration, but as I say, we have priorities. And we're going to come across the Japanese fleet at some point. They aren't getting away that easy.
Enemy flat top is...
The Japanese have lost a tremendous number of planes. We finally have both the quality of aircraft we need and the quantity we require to do the job. They must know that all they can do is delay our inevitable victory. This was perhaps their last chance to turn the war in their favor. But we can't take our success for granted. There's a long, hard battle ahead towards the Japanese heartland. Japanese carrier-borne air power is seriously reduced. However, their land-based aircraft are still a threat. To counter this, the U.S. is preparing to wrest the central Philippine island of Leyte from Japanese hands. Doing so will also cut off the flow of resources from Southeast Asia to Japan. It's a crucial operation, and the 7th Fleet has been tasked with securing the area before the troops.
Our situation is bad. 3rd Fleet's gone north, chasing enemy flat tops. And we're back here, trying to suppress the Japanese on our own.
Incoming plane, sir. It's not a dive bomber. I don't know what it is. It's really moving, though. It's coming in at a strange angle, too.
I have a bad feeling about this. Something's not right. Battle stations, now!
Naval supplies have been restocked and are ready to use.
Large explosion, sir. We're assessing the damage.
The Japanese are desperate. We should have expected something like this. Planes packed with explosives diving straight at us. Unbelievable. There's a high risk of follow-up attacks. Shoot down everything that's coming our way.
We've located an enemy airfield, sir.
Flatten it.
Oh boy, we got another one. We got him. Enemy squadron is down. Enemy taken out. We nailed him. Enemy squadron destroyed.
We spotted a land-based gun position, sir.
We got one.
Enemy air forces are inbound.
We've blown them out of the sky, sir.
Enemy aircraft incoming.
Enemy airfield is out of commission, sir.
Enemy airfield has been destroyed, sir.
Good work, Airman. One less place for them to use.
Turrets have been destroyed, sir.
A job well done. And no more PT boat threats.
There's a huge enemy ship in visual, sir. Yamato class. She's steaming your way.
If that thing gets close enough to fire those guns at us, we're a dead duck. Fighters, stop her. Throw everything you can at that battleship.
Another one.
Sir, the Japanese battleship is going around the island.
She knows she's got us where she wants us. We've got to deal with her as soon as we can.
I've lost control.
Send a message to the 3rd Fleet. No, send it to anyone near enough. Get them over here now.
What should I say about our situation, sir?
My situation is critical. Fast battleships and support by airstrikes may be able to keep enemy from destroying our CV.
Right away, sir. Shells incoming, sir.
We have one last chance to destroy her. It's all or nothing. Her or us.
We've lost one of our squadrons, sir.
We did it, sir. Musashi is going to the bottom.
Mighty fine work. They don't come bigger than that. And our boys came through for us. Makes you proud.
Heroic effort. That giant ship could have destroyed our forces single-handedly if our attack aircraft hadn't been operational. We're also aware of the last throes of a desperate enemy. They carried out suicide attacks, flying their planes into our ships. We expect similar attacks in the near future. Advancing is going to be tough. Japanese carriers have successfully lured the 3rd Fleet away from Leyte, so the 7th Fleet must continue the battle there alone. It's clearly a Japanese diversionary tactic, but if their carrier force is destroyed, it'll be worth the risk. And now, 2 U.S. battleships have caught sight of the enemy carriers. Shells are loaded, and they are awaiting the order to fire.
Catch them, Iowa, and do your worst. This is a chance not to be missed. We don't want to have left the 7th for nothing. Enterprise will arrive shortly to look for the others.
Enemy ships in range. They're heading for our carrier.
What are they doing? I see. They think we've walked into their trap. All hands battle stations.
We have found more enemy flat tops, sir. To the northwest, speed 20 knots.
Intentionally flew right into us. Was it a one-off? He wasn't hit before he dived in.
Similar actions have been reported from Leyte, sir. It's a new form of attack. The planes are filled with fuel and explosives.
You should have told me this before, First Lieutenant.
Sir, we've just received a message from the 7th Fleet. It reads, "My situation is critical. Fast battleships and support by airstrikes may be able to keep enemy from destroying our CV."
But the Japanese don't have enough ships for that. What are they using to hammer the 7th like that?
Maybe a destroyer flotilla? Or battleships?
Guessing is pointless. Something's doing the damage. And we're too far away. The 7th Fleet's got to take care of itself.
We got one.
This is a day I sometimes thought I'd never see. We've had some serious punishment from the Japanese Navy, but we took it and we fought back. And now we've sent their last remaining carriers to the bottom.
Chasing the Japanese carriers led to their complete destruction. Now their navy is left without any mobile air power whatsoever. Locked to their already established bases, they're unable to conduct any big offensives. From this point on, we can fight the Japanese when and where we choose as we head towards their homeland. Intercepted a repeating radio signal from an unknown location, somewhere in the remote vastness of the Pacific. We have no knowledge of any enemy activity in the area, so we need a reconnaissance mission to...
This is Recon plane PBY-6A Catalina calling USS Nautilus. Come in, Nautilus.
Carrier 5x5, Catalina.
We've located a supply convoy heading 270, coordinates 55.42 and 16.50.
Thank you, Catalina. We're on our way to give them a special delivery.
We've got a Japanese base in the area.
Okay, well, let's go and say hello.
Careful on the surface, Nautilus. There are bandits in the sky. We are returning to base. Catalina out. Nautilus, you did a nice job there with the base, but we got another problem. An enemy cruiser is proceeding towards the islands.
Seems they're looking for revenge after we did a number on their base.
Do you have some fish left we could use to make a run on her?
Yeah, take your pick. We'll breach, so just put that bird down next to us.
Forces still defiantly remain on Chinese soil, and despite being cut off from their homeland, they're prepared to defend to the last man. We're scheduling continuous airstrikes to destroy their supply caches. To maximize the effectiveness of these strikes, we need to neutralize enemy anti-aircraft fire from both sea and land. We've allocated the best aircraft to fulfill this role and to escort the incoming American bombers.
Fighters, get in loose formation over enemy territory and hit their AA. We need to do some damage to it. The bombers are almost there. Fighters, make your runs fast. How much time we got, sir? Just a few minutes, so be fast, but be accurate. You know us, sir. We're the Navy's finest.
Naval supplies. Naval supplies have been restocked and are ready to use. There ain't no bridge there now. No siree.
Cut the crowing, bomber. The train got through.
Listen, our target was the bridge, which we blew to pieces, by the way.
Letting the train get clean away. Can this yak at once, boys. Fighters, get after that train. Well, that's one we won't forget.
Are you kidding? I'm gonna write a book about that damn train.
Put me down for a signed copy, Mac.
Blow to Japan's land-based aircraft. Raids over Indochina have been a great success, and Japanese supply lines are seriously damaged. They've lost a great deal of valuable material and supplies. We can now claim to have air superiority over land and sea. Iwo Jima have been a thorn in the side of the U.S. commanders for a long time. They're disrupting our B-29 raids and providing air cover for the remains of the Imperial Japanese Navy. But now that's about to end. We're going to take the island. It's going to be tough, though. The vital role of softening up the defenses and protecting the landing forces will be carried out by the very best pilots we have.
Level Bomber Squadron requests permission to enter Operation Zone. What's your mission, Bomber? We got cargo to deliver. The medicine Uncle Sam prescribed for the enemy.
And what would that be?
A heavy dose of bombs, sir.
Come on, first. Let the boys through.
Carry on, Bomber. Permission granted. Roger. Thank you, sir. Enemy plane is going down. Sir, we've located an enemy land installation. Fortress is destroyed.
mobilize all patrol forces. Take extreme measures. Cause maximum destruction.
All airborne units, defend the transports while they are forming the landing waves. We're on it, sir.
Sonar's got something, sir. Must be a sub. Enemy submarine detected, sir.
Neutralize the threat. That thing can't be allowed to run riot amongst our transports.
Kingfisher reporting in. We're going in against the sub.
Give it hell.
Iwo Jima was a bitterly fought battle. The Japanese defended the island from deep within an endless cave system. They dug new tunnels to create a network throughout the island. The effectiveness of this was proved as American casualties exceeded the Japanese. However, we hung on and routed them out by sheer force of will. Our victory means that Iwo Jima can provide a landing and refueling site for our bombers on missions to Japan itself. Okinawa is the gateway to Japan. With the intensity of the recent kamikaze attacks, it's also become the gateway to hell. But this is where Japan's resistance must be broken. U.S. forces have the upper hand and now dominate and control the Pacific. But nobody believes Okinawa is going to be easy. The Japanese are massing their defenses. Okinawa risks becoming a senseless bloodbath like Iwo Jima. It'll be the battle to end all battles.
Operation Iceberg is going as planned. Our patrol bombers have turned the islands into barren rocks. And thanks to our submarines, the Ryukyus are now isolated from both Japan's mainland and Formosa. The stage is set. Okinawa will fall.
You've gained naval supplies. Naval supplies have been restocked and are ready to use.
The coastline is several miles long. We need to control every inch of it. Commander, coordinate the task force carefully. Protect the landings and take the enemy bases quickly.
Enemy air forces are inbound.
Sir, our bombers have intercepted the enemy battleship Yamato on the open sea. It's the big one. And she's heading to Okinawa.
And let's hope they can stop her.
Has entered our area of operation.
Suddenly this operation just got a lot more dangerous.
I know, sir. Your orders?
What else can we do in the face of the Yamato but attack? If we don't take the initiative, she'll blow us to pieces.
Making deep inroads into enemy territory.
Good. How's the weather looking? It could be critical.
Forecast expects heavy rain in a few days' time, sir.
The roads will be unusable, and we might even lose some bridges. We've got to move fast, or we could get bogged down.
Sir, we've got 2 reports, just confirmed.
What do they say?
The Yamato has changed course. She's heading for the beach.
So, they've got a plan.
Sir?
In shallow water, she'll be unsinkable, a fortress. And she'll still have those huge 18.1-inch guns of hers in play.
They're running her aground.
That they are. We have to stop them.
Enemy squadron destroyed, sir. Enemy fire is being directed at us.
The Yamato's going down, sir. We rang her bell.
Son, it's the slaying of a monster. Let's concentrate on Okinawa. We need to take the island.
Okinawa was the final step to ending this war. The Japanese fought to the last man, and en masse they chose death over capture. Very rarely in history has any nation faced an enemy so fierce and so disciplined. But we were victorious. The servicemen of the United States defeated the Japanese in the Pacific. We brought peace to the biggest ocean on Earth, and we'll guard it with all our might.